guys, today I am filming a 2-in-1 tutorial featuring the Juvias Place Masquerade palette. If you guys did not see, I recently posted a palette of the month reviewing this palette, which I will have linked up here. And in that video, I also showed you multiple different looks that I created using this palette. But for the tutorial, I wanted to focus on creating one look using the neutrals and one look using the brights in this palette. But of course, you can come up with so much more than that. And this is the first look using the more neutral shades in this palette. As you can see, this is a very warm look overall, but I think that this is a very daytime appropriate look. And if you would like to see the details of how to get this, then just keep watching. So I already primed my eyes with the Milani eyeshadow primer. I set my crease with Colourpop Full Zip, which is a matte cream, and I set my brow bone with theBalm Matte Malloy, which is a matte white. I'm going to be starting out with the shade Burkina and apply my Sigma E40 tapered blending brush. And my brush is a little bit worn and frayed out, which is why I really love it for this shade in my transition area. So it's not going to apply too much product because this is a little bit dark for my skin tone for a transition color, but it does really work with this brush. So I am just blending back and forth right in my crease and above it. With these metallic shadows, I do have a bit of fallout, so I am going to be taking the e.l.f. glitter primer and I'm going to apply a small amount of this on my lid, and I am just going to press it right on my lid. And then I'm taking this shade Dahia with my MAC 239 flat shader brush, and I'm going to pack it on my lid. And again, with these foiled shadows, I do have quite a bit of fallout, so I'm going to be taking one piece of toilet paper under my eye so it doesn't mess up the rest of my makeup. And also to minimize fallout, I am just going to be pressing this onto my lid over that glitter glue. Instead of sweeping it, just pressing it. And then taking this matte warm brown Zulu, I'm going to apply it in my crease with my Morphe R39 brush. And the matte shades don't really have fallout, so I don't find it necessary to use the tissue for this step. So I am just going to start in the outer corner of my eye and work towards the inner part of my crease with what's left in the brush and just applying a light amount of pressure on the inner part. And then really making sure to blend it out. And then I'm going to be taking the shade Ada, which is a darker, more red tone, warm brown. I'm going to apply it with the same Morphe R39 brush. And I am just taking this shade right in the outer corner to deepen up the look. So now I'm going back with this shade Dahia, and I am just going to pick it up on my finger and re-intensify that lid shade. And I am just going to press this right on my lid. And then I'm just going to go over here and clean up the outer corner of my eye. I am using Wet n Wild Brulee eyeshadow because this matches my skin tone. You could definitely use any eyeshadow that matches your skin tone or your face powder. And I'm going to apply it with the Sigma E45 small tapered blending brush. So I'm just picking up some of this, and then I'm going to take it diagonally from the outer corner of my eye just to help clean up my shadow. And then to blend out the edges, I am taking the Morphe R38 brush, which is a little bit more tapered, but it is pretty full, and I am just going to go and blend around the edges. So that is the eyeshadow all complete. I'm going to apply my eyeliner and mascara and be back to show you what's going on my face. So for liner and mascara, I use the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Liquid Liner, the Maybelline Colossal Cat Eyes Mascara, and the Maybelline Falsies Mascara. So for blush, I decided that I wanted to go with a burnt peach to really complement the warm tone eye, and I went ahead and applied my blush using MAC Right for Love. For lips, I also want to go with a warm tone nude peach color, so I am taking a lip liner and a liquid lipstick from Tarte. So first, I'm just going to be lining my lips with the Tarte Tarteist lip pencil in the shade Latergram. And then I'm going to fill my lips completely with the Tarte Tarteist matte lip paint in the shade Rosé. And this is the finished neutral look using the Juvias Place Masquerade palette. And here is my second look using the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. And this look today is using the more bold and bright colors. And this is a super grungy look because of the lip and cheek color I paired along with it. Of course, you could choose whatever color that you like, but I really love the way that this look came together. So now I'm going to show you the details of how to create it. So I have already applied my primer using the Milani eyeshadow primer. I set my crease with the ColourPop Full Zip eyeshadow, which is a matte cream, and I set my brow bone with the Balm Matte Malloy, which is a matte white shade. So first I'm going to take this pink shade Bori with my Sigma E40 tapered blending brush. I think a different transition color would probably work better, but I want to just be using this palette. So I am using my E40, which is kind of frayed out. This is pretty worn, and I'm going to pick up the tiniest amount of the shade Bori and apply this as my transition color. And I'm just going to pick up a tiny bit more. And yeah, using a hot pink as a transition is a little bit crazy, but I think it is able to work if you use the right brush. So now for the lid shade, I find that the shimmers in this palette do have a decent amount of fallout, so I'm going to be applying the e.l.f. Glitter Primer on my lid. So I am just taking a small amount of this, and I am just going to press it on my lid. And this will help adhere the shadow to the lid so you don't have as much fallout. Then I'm going to take the shade Calabar from this palette, which is a shimmery cranberry, and I'm going to pack it on my lid with my MAC 239 flat shadow brush. And because these eyeshadows do still have fallout, I am taking a piece of toilet paper and I'm going to hold it under my eye. You can try putting on a bunch of loose powder under your eye and then you can just dust it off. I find that's a little bit of a waste of powder for me, which is why I prefer using a tissue. And of course you can do your eye makeup first, but I don't prefer doing that. So I'm just going to hold the tissue here. So just taking that shadow, I am going to press it right into my lid. And to minimize fallout, I am pressing instead of sweeping. Then I'm taking the shade Zobo, which is this matte, bright pink tone purple, and I'm going to apply it in my crease with the Morphe R39 brush, which is a dupe for the Sigma E25. And I don't get very much fallout with the matte shades from this palette, but just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and bring on back the piece of toilet paper. So I've got a good amount there in my brush, and I am just going to start by working this in the outer corner. And then bringing it all the way in with whatever's left to the inner part of my crease. And then I just like to buff back and forth. And then again, taking what's left and holding my brush more at an angle so I can get just the long parts. And I am gonna feather this up towards the brow bone to help this transition and fade a little bit more gently. Then I'm picking up a little bit more color to add some more intensity to this look and just blending back and forth in my crease. And then I'm going to sharpen up the outer corner using that same Zobo shade and a pencil brush. This one is the Morphe M169, and just going over that outer corner, like I said, to get some extra definition. Then I'm picking up that shade Calabar, which is the shimmery cranberry, and I'm going to press it over the lid to re-intensify this pigment and the shimmer. And this step is certainly optional, but I'm going to apply some liner on the outer half of my lower lash line. I am just using the Sephora waterproof contour eye pencil in the shade The Flirting Game, which is just a taupe, so you could use taupe, gray, black, whatever you prefer. And I'm just, as I said, putting this on the outer part of my lower lash line, and then taking that bright matte purple Zobo on that same Morphe M169 pencil brush. I am gonna run over top of where I applied that liner to help smoke it out and soften it a bit. And here what the eyes look like all complete. For liner, I use the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Liquid Liner, and for mascara, I use the Maybelline Colossal Cat Eyes and the Maybelline Falsies Mascara. So for cheeks and lips, I'm going with a more grayish option because I'm wanting this to be a more grungy look, but I think this eye look would also be very pretty with a nudie peach lip and cheek color. So for my blush, I've already applied it, but I use the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Exposed, which is a really nice light mauve nude color, and I just applied it on the back of my cheeks. And for lips, I'm using a combination of a lip liner and a liquid lipstick. The lip liner isn't really necessary for the look. It is just because my lips basically match my skin tone, and I like to use lip liner to line my lips and then fill it in with my lip color, so this isn't necessary. But I am just going to fill in my lips with a ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Wet, which is a dupe for MAC Stone. And then I'm going to fill in my lips with the Ciate Liquid Velvet in the shade Bittersweet. And here's the look all complete. I absolutely love it. I think this looks so cool and grungy. So those were my 2 looks I created using the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. And I would love to know your favorite looks using this palette and a comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.